Tonight, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Deshaun Watson and the Dallas Cowboys.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led by a three-time Pro Bowler in his fifth season. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Watson. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he finds Beasley, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 8th season in the league, and that's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. Four yards remain for 2nd down. On the handoff, Stevenson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. For one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Jordan Fuller there to take him down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that detracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains, didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. Here's Stevenson. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Again, Stevenson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action.
And did he get in? Yes, they say it's a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bucs are on the board here first in the season opener. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Check. 11. I got you. Hey, check back 33. Whoa.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, gun.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, Stevenson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 51 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a run with Stevenson. Give the tackle to Terrell Lewis.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. Only able to gain a couple there, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Able to complete this to Chenault. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run on first down. It's Stevenson. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
21.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion, and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it. Because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. His throw incomplete. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Henry Anderson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, Watson. Being chased out left. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. Play action. Garoppolo rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Stevenson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 39. Garoppolo to Chenault on the slant. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And they're going to speed things up here. On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down.
Let's get off the field. 54 mark, 54 mark. Check, check. 2, 11, 11.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merritt. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Watson on 1st down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. It's David Arnett picking it off. Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Tyrell Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Some of the best games of the weekend come in that 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina, as they'll square off against the New York Jets. Then more good stuff to follow later in the afternoon. One good one being under the dome in New Orleans, where it'll be the Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we'll have fans at Allegiant Stadium for the very first time. What a night it'll be. Ravens, Raiders, live from Las Vegas. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
11.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He's got the tight end first, so right side complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
11.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Here's King. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Check 45. Check 45.
On first down, Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 41. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bud Dupree gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Bud Dupree was a first-round draft pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers and really blossoming his last few years there, teaming with T.J. Watt to create quite the duo. Dupree had 8 sacks in 2020 before hurting his knee in Week 12, 11.5 in 2019, and signed with Tennessee for 5 years and better than $82 million.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Looking to throw. Watson. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. They run once more with Stevenson. They find some open field here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Let's go.
White.
They'll run on first down. It's Stevenson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, alert! Hey, gun.
All day, defense, all day. Watch safety, great.
And they run with Stevenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Second and 4. Here's Stevenson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Play action. Now Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
54, check, watch 54, watch 54. Rip right. Left 3.
Well, here we go.
On 1st down, Stevenson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Stevenson. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, gun. 13.
This is Stevenson, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Mostert now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Watson over the middle, complete. That's Smith. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st down, Watson. And this one complete to Smith. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Bud Dupree able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's going to look deep for Moore. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cowboys. DJ Moore, 48 yards. And the Cowboys are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on first down. It's Stevenson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 127 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now it's Stevenson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Maybe the turning point they need. Desmond King picks it. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Jalen Smith in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This offense can't get it done. They'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
He's going to let it fly. bit too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On first down, Stevenson. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Eight yards to go on second down. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Let's go, defense. Let's go. Here we go. Mike, check 33.
Now Garoppolo. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll run with Stevenson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Stevenson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
They'll try and run. Stevenson. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Ramondre Stevenson making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Buccaneers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's more. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He finds his man, complete. It's more. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Buccaneers, they begin their Super Bowl defense with a victory here in the Thursday night opener. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.